who are your favorite role models, or how did you find your leadership role models so that
Mm.
we can all find those people in our lives that can impact us?
Hmm. Well, I have always been a big reader. And so I feel like, especially in the growing up experience that I had, so I grew up with a single mom who was a secretary, like office manager, secretary for the government. I grew up in the mountains of Montana in a very blue collar community. And so big leadership, big business, anything like that just wasn't even on my radar. Like I didn't even really know it existed, maybe from TV commercials, but I had no concepts or people in my life like that. But I was a reader. And in high school, I started taking on leadership roles and it just kind of clicked for me. And so, but I didn't have a lot of role models. So I started researching and reading. So John Maxwell has been a huge fan, or I've been a huge fan of his for a long time because I feel like even just like the sports analogy, he takes some of these leadership concepts that can feel so overwhelming and difficult and boils them down to kind of these basic principles. It doesn't make them easy. It just simplifies them in a way that you feel like you know your marching orders. So he's a huge one. I think any of the real business leaders I love learning from. So Jim Collins, that kind of genre. Brene Brown talks about leadership from a more personal self-leadership perspective. So I try to keep up on all of that literature. And then I think I really tried to free mentors from having all my answers in one place. So I had some good bosses early on that I didn't even know that I looked at them as good bosses in the beginning. But I look back now and I'm like, I learned organization and like time management of meetings from this lady. And I learned how to be approachable and have developmental conversations from this woman. And then I had this male leader who really was about empowerment for me. Like he gave me budget and ideas, and I got to go create strategies and build teams. So all these different people, I feel like I've picked the pieces that I love. And then I also observed a lot of things that I didn't like that I choose not to put in my leadership. So the sticky note leadership book for me was actually how I began to think about leadership from the not great experiences I had from leaders. So mentors come in positive and negative ways. And I think our job is to sort of learn from all of them and find our own rhythm and sort of our own steps to it.
Love it. Love it. Um, I told you I thought this was a great question, and I'm curious your answer because my answer was laughing. Somebody wanted to know if there's a secret sauce to leadership. Um, wouldn't it be nice?
I know. I wish. I mean, I think if there is anything that's the secret sauce in the leaders I work with and coach, I do feel like the most effective leaders have a really good understanding of who they are, what they're good at, what they're not good at, what their best contribution is. I think they have a sense of they're made that way on purpose. There's a lot of self acceptance in that. And when you have sort of this idea that I'm created this way on purpose, my strengths, my weaknesses, my quirkiness, the things I obsess about that no one should obsess about, but I can't help it. I care deeply about what that looks like. And I want to know, I micromanage in these ways. And then I care less about these things, even though I should probably care. Like as soon as we sort of realize that part of who we're made to be and accept that as our gift to the world, then we can be free to really operate and build what we're made to build. So the topic of delegation becomes easier because if I know myself and accept myself, I stop trying to be someone I'm not or the other person I wish I was. And I just simply be myself. And then I can build a team around myself. And then if I accept myself, I know that I actually might just say, I'm made to play golf. I don't have to play football to be significant or to be happy. In fact, I'm happier if I just start a bunch of golf companies, or maybe I just run one golf company, or like I can find my sweet spot and my zone. And I think when we do that, the secret sauce is there's confidence and joy and freedom for other people to be themselves. We quit having all these unmet expectations. We're not as disappointed in people. We still have to hold people accountable. They still have to do what they say, but they don't have to do things they haven't agreed to doing. Because sometimes it's easy when I'm not in a good place, when I'm feeling insecure, when I wish I was someone else, I want these people to be someone else. There's all these expectations that none of us can meet, and we're all unhappy. But if we flip that, then actually we all get freedom. We all can be working in our sweet we all get to enjoy the real satisfaction of a job well done that we enjoy doing. And at the end of the day, that's really what it's about, is bringing my best self and having that be worthwhile and valuable to other people.
Oh my gosh, love it. So you did have a secret sauce.
I guess so.
We can bottle that up and sell it, you know, it could change the world, right? All right.